Hi, it's Mel the Red Songbird in New York. Happy Thanksgiving. And I'll get started on the video right away on the script. Michael Bublé sings My Funny Valentine, official audio from his brand new CD, Love. Speaking of not a coincidence, I have a book on Amazon Kindle that I wrote some time ago called Willie Davis, My 1967 Valentine. Mainstreaming Clues to the Marginalized, Mainstreaming Clues to You, Book 8. The cover is upside down. Willie was also a husband in a previous life. He's a Leo. He was number 87 on the Green Bay Packers when Vince Lombardi was there and they were winning. I was an airline stewardess at the time. Okay. Baba G says, this is Baba G, Jesus Christ. Okay, and that's my old red songbird. And that's my Father, the supreme beam, the sun. Okay, so I'm giving you all this inside information. People don't know what Jesus Christ looks like these days, and they don't know what the supreme being looks like. I took a picture of him, so there. Okay, Baba J, Jesus Christ says, that's the deepest song on the album. Goes back a long time. He's talking about the song on the album, Michael Bublé's album, called Love. The song he's talking about is Love You Forever. And I'll decode Love You. I love you. L is for Will, ordered victory. You, Eve. That's good news. Victory for me. And then forever decoded spells. Feelings, ordered. Mild red. He, her. Eve, energy. He, her. Okay. And then now decoded. Nietzsche, mild red. No, Nietzsche, ordered. Mild red. Woman, breast. Woman, breast. You can see that the W is for woman, and the breasts, those are hanging breasts. He, her, energy, as saints talk and share. Oh, B. There's the B. Be her energy as saints talk and share. Okay. So the woman, mild red, that's me, is to be the energy of the saints who talk and share. The saints ask questions when they talk and share. They don't just drone on and on and on. They ask questions. And that's what talk and share is, a therapy that uses a question to get to the truth. The sun told me that I won. That was approximately November 16th. And you see now, the 18th, I found it in writing. Where'd it go? Didn't I just say the one, I love you forever? Where's one? I will order victory. Oh, victory. That's one. A victory is a win. Okay, the sun told me that I won on Friday. Now today on the 18th, I'm discovering it in writing. My I will, that's me, ordered victory. For Eve, that's me. You, Eve, talking to me. See the fingers pointing at me? This finger. That finger is pointing to me. Okay. All right. The Western Journal, Conservative Tribune commentary. Mike Huckabee teams up with his daughter, for incredible interview. Utterly destroys Jim Acosta, who I call Sour Baby James. Do you remember Sweet Baby James? I call him Sour Baby James. Excerpts. This is by Cecilian Zeal, November 18th, 2018. Sure, he may have gotten, this is what Sarah Huckabee Sanders is saying, Governor Huckabee's daughter, the press secretary. Sure, he may have gotten his press pass back, but Jim Acosta needs to acquire some big boy pants. That's at least the message from White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who lambasted the CNN journalist. Okay, lambasted. Will M. Mild Red Birdsong or Michelle Birdsong as Saint Energy Divine, and also as terrestrial energy divine, because I'm a terrestrial from the sun. I'm not from this world. Was I relieved to find out, because I didn't know what the problem was. I knew it was a huge problem. I just didn't know what it was. Mainstream includes the marginalized. What does it say? In an interview on Fox News on Friday, Sanders sat down with her father, former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee. I wonder how he ever landed that interview. That's a joke, of course, because she's his daughter. And talked about the recent suspension and court-ordered White House correspondent, Acosta. Readers will remember that he had his press pass revoked after refusing to give up the microphone during a rant about migrant caravans coming to us, United States, through Mexico, and how they weren't really an invasion. President Donald Trump indicated Acosta's time. That's a lie. Of course it's an invasion. Thousands of people come to your border at one time. Of course it's an invasion. President Donald Trump indicated Acosta's time for questioning was up, and a White House intern attempted to take the microphone from Acosta. What happened next sparked endless debate, but suffice it to say, an altercation ensued that shouldn't have, and his press pass was revoked. Q. Court case. Q. Ruling. Q. Acosta back in the White House. And there he'll stay, Sanders said, provided he can act his age. If not, she advises the network to get someone else. There are some standard practices to be a White House correspondent, Sanders said. The very basic minimum is that if certain reporters, like Jim Acosta, can't be adults, then CNN needs to send somebody in there who can be. She added that, like President Trump said, we support a free pass, but freedom of the press, that must be press, a free press, but freedom of the press doesn't mean freedom to be disruptive, or freedom to be rude, or freedom to interrupt and impede the ability of other reporters to ask questions. This is a poll that came from Conservative Tribune. Should President Trump instruct his attorney general to investigate the Clinton email scandals? Yes, 96% of the people said yes. He should instruct his Attorney General to investigate the Clinton email scandals. No said 3% and not sure 0%. We've laid out in a letter to CNN and their team what we think were some of the missteps. This is Sarah Sanders talking and Cillian Zeal writing. Missteps their reporter made at the press conference on November 7th, Sanders said. We expect to see a response from that. Look, the judge, I think, was actually very clear that the White House has the ability to say you can't come in. You don't have freedom of the press doesn't mean freedom to the White House. Sanders seemed to be echoing a less curt version of what the president said about Acosta's reinstatement. If he misbehaves, he's out of here. That's what President Trump said. We're through. We'll throw him out or we'll stop the news conference. Of course, there were plenty of people who doubted Acosta's ability to behave. There was a photo of a room of chairs with a baby's high chair in it. And Pete Hegseth on Twitter, he tweeted that, and he said the White House is ready. Because they got a high chair for baby, sour baby James. Zeal writes, oh come, I think we can all agree he's at least up to a booster seat. Writing, it's not funny to see a grown man acting like a baby. Oh, it's infuriating. Writing under a pseudonym, Cillian Zeal is a conservative writer who is currently living abroad in a country that doesn't value free speech, and exercising it would put his life in danger. Wow, that's heavy. That's why he uses a pseudonym. The Western Journal, here's another story. Conservative Tribune, news outlet breaks from establishment media, defends White House's Acosta ban by Carista Baldwin, November 17, 2018. Excerpts. There's some talk and share in this piece also. While establishment news outlets have sided with CNN reporter Jim Costa